Hi Rex.
You have more hair.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Thanks, man, again for coming, accepting my request and coming again.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's nice to hear from you.
Nice to meet you after a long time and seeing you.
It's been a while. Yeah, a little while. Yeah. Good to see you.
You're one of the positive visuals and positive sounds that I have heard and that I have seen on this planet.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good. 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 I hope that together we inspire all sorts of people to get positive too.
The last video that we did, in that video, you have said a lot of things about suicidal thoughts, and people who have negative thoughts and who are just killing themselves, hurting themselves. You said a lot of good things, and I got a very positive response for the video that we did together.
Well, that's very good. I'm happy to hear that, and I certainly hope it helps somebody, whether they personally are, facing a decision to make, or whether they're helping somebody else. But as I am, love to say, just wait. Don't do anything stupid. Just wait. Wait another day, then wait another day, and then wait another day. Things get better. They really do. It's like night becomes day, and of course it becomes night again, and then it becomes day, and then it becomes night again. But things are constantly changing, and what happens for some people is they get locked into this notion that things aren't ever going to be any different than they are right now. But they're always going to be different. They can't ever be the same. I mean, think of it. The universe is expanding. Even as we're talking, we're hurtling through space as the universe gets larger and larger and expands. Things are constantly changing, but people, my dogs are outside here. The people get, shh, I know you're excited. You're excited too. Um, she wants the other dog to play, I guess. So Bailey, come on now. Knock it off. Knock it off. I'm trying to talk. Yes, yes, I'm trying to talk. I love you. I love you. You're so cool. You're so wonderful. Okay. But people see things changed right there. I'm in the middle of something and something happens. That's just the nature of life. Now somebody started up a big truck behind me. I don't know if you could even hear me. But
Yeah, I can
th-
hear you.
okay, cool. But people get locked into the notion that things are never going to be different than they are right now. And when you're hurting, it's tough. But the amazing thing is that the body has its own wisdom. If I cut myself, I don't sit here and try and heal myself. I mean, yes, you might put salve on it, you might stitch it, you might do something to assist the healing process, but the body will heal itself. The heart, not just the physical organ, but the heart, your heartache. If people in relationships or somebody dies or passes, the heartache does change. It goes away. Both my parents are dead. I love both my parents. I live now without them for many years. You know, we go on. Our emotional pain changes, and our mental anguish and mental pain can change too, but you have to be willing to allow it to do so. And everything has a season. There's the planting season, then there's the waiting season, and then there's the harvest season. And most people want the results of the harvest, but they can celebrate in the planting season, they can celebrate in the waiting season, they can celebrate in the harvest season when they get all the goods. But many of them don't think of it that way. They just wait. They put off their celebration. They put off the good stuff until they go, now I have my harvest. So it's waiting for a result that keeps people oftentimes frustrated or in pain. The waiting for the change keeps it. The way you end up changing and allowing things to be better is to live moment to moment to moment to moment in the present. Let go of the past. Yes, keep an eye on the future, because it will be different, but live in the present and find the good in the present moment, and then just savor the good and celebrate the good and be grateful for the good. So it's really about changing your thinking and postponing any decision that you can't take back.
But whatever you said just now, world will accept if you say, because you have experienced things, you have seen things. But if I say the same things that you said just now, nobody listens because of the negative emotions called ego, anger. jealousy and whatever the things. And I have a question for you. Are you the same person when you was 27 like me? I mean, when you was 27, do you have the same kind of thinking that you have today when you was
Ah,
27?
that's
Yeah.
an excellent question, and the answer is yes, no, and I don't know. Obviously, I'm the same person, and I've changed, I've evolved. I'm bigger a person. I've got grayer hair, and less hair. You know, but we're all raised. We're all conditioned from birth on, meaning that our parents, our peers, our teachers, the media, everything it plays a big role in shaping who we become. What we think about. So, if when we're children, our parents are arguing a lot, we may think that the world's not very friendly or not very safe, or if they don't take care of us the way they could, or something, or if they argue over money or they argue over things. We absorbed that as a young child, and we shape our beliefs and our values, the things that are important to us, our experiences, all become this part of our subconscious mind. That's who we are at the unconscious and automatic and habit level. We don't even think about it. So, some people grow up thinking it's very difficult to make friends, or some people grow up thinking the world is a horribly cruel place. Some people grow up thinking money is very hard to come by. Some people, live with the fact that live fast, die young, and leave a good-looking corpse. I mean, some people think life is a party and celebrate. So, do I have some of that conditioning? Of course. I mean, that's part of what was my background. But since I was 27, I've also learned how to let go of that conditioning and to change it and to redirect my mind so that if things are crappy, instead of focusing on the crap, I start focusing on the good stuff. So I'm a different person today than I was when I was 27. And then the other answer I don't know is I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what I'm not aware of. It's our blind spots, what we don't know, that oftentimes runs the show. So if I don't know that I'm harboring negativity in some area, then that's probably going to, especially if it's a lot, that's going to condition what I do or influence what I do. So yes, I am a different person. I'm not even that same person. That you could argue that back then I died and I was reborn and I am a new person. I did bring some baggage with me from the old person, and I've been learning to let go of that baggage throughout all those years. And then what I brought that I don't know that I brought that could still surface is obviously there. So the answer is yes, no, and I don't know. But
So
that
is that
shouldn't stop you. It shouldn't stop anyone.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of videos daily. I'm talking with different people daily, and I'm trying to experience new things. I'm trying to learn new things from different people, trying to understand what they are facing in their life and what they are understanding about things. And I'm trying to know about a lot of things daily. But still, when I try to think like you, but I'm trying to think like you. I can understand what exactly you're saying and where you're coming from. I
Uh-huh.
can because you're very clear about everything because of the experience that you have. But if I be the same, it is not possible. I mean, I can be like that, but the things around me, the people around me, the human beings or the whatever the things around me are not allowing me to be like Rex Sikes. That is you. Yeah.
Well, you need to be yourself first off, not like me. You got to be like you. I
Yeah,
know it.
but like I'm trying to be positive like you, think
I get it.
positive like you.
But it's a great thing. Here's the thing. When you started to move as a baby, you were born, and pretty much all you did was lay there. They swaddled you and they wrapped you up real tight or whatever, and you laid there, and then they fed you, and it took a while for you to be able to move, and then it took a while for you to roll over, then it took a while for you to be able to sit up, and sit there and not topple over, and then it took a while, and you got to be able to crawl, you know, and then you got to be able to kind of walk,
Yeah.
and then all the while you were falling down, but it took quite a while. And then you learned to eat, right? So they would feed you at first, and then pretty soon you could hold like a spoon or something, and you would put the food, and it would go everywhere. It'd be on your hair, and in your mom or dad or caretaker's place, or on the floor, and everything. But pretty soon you learned how to get the spoon to your mouth and eat. You had to learn how to go to the bathroom so that you didn't go in the bed or in your pants or, at the table. You had to learn. So you learned all of these amazing things that you were able to do, and it took a while. And the one thing that we're sure about is you're now walking today. I'm sure you go to the bathroom in the right place. I'm sure you're able to feed yourself. All of which, when you were a tiny little baby, you didn't know you were going to be able to do. When you learned to read and write in your native tongue or in English, you had to use a pen or a brush or a pencil or a crayon or something, and you had to form the letters. And while you were doing that, and while you were in school, you started making these letters and for different things. Maybe it was a cat or a cow or a dog or, this is so-and-so or whatever. And you learned to read those letters. And it took a while. It took a long time, and you did it bit by bit. But you didn't realize while you were going through it at 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or however old you were, that would be the basis for you to be able to write your name on a letter, to read a book, to get on the internet, to do videos, to send somebody a mail. It was a skill. You didn't know all the things you'd be able to do in doing that. And now you can't not read. If you drive by a billboard or a movie poster and you look at it, you've read it, you see it, you know what it says. You can't, you read automatically. The same thing was true about learning to be positive. It takes a while, but you have to shift. So every time your food goes here, you got to try and aim it back here. You drive a car?
I don't know driving. I can drive two-wheeler.
You can drive a two-wheeler like a bike or a motorcycle or a car?
Yeah, motorcycle.
So when you're on a motorcycle, you don't go completely straight, right? Even though you're going down a straight road, you're kind of going a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there, a little. You're hitting potholes and you're going around things, right? Same thing with the positive thinking. When you find yourself going off in a negative thing, you have to bring yourself back. Just like if you're driving off the road, you have to bring yourself back to the center. So it's shifting from the negative to the positive. It's looking for the good in the negative situation. So, and it's a process. Just like you didn't eat one meal and become a full-sized adult, you had to eat and grow and develop into the age and the size that you are right now. You start little by little bit with your positive thinking, and eventually, guess what? It's just like reading. You just automatically do it. That's the good news. You develop the habit of being positive. Now, regarding the people around you, they're there to teach you how to be positive in spite of everything.
Okay.
I mean, they're a blessing. They really are. They're going, oh, you're silly, you're stupid, you'll never work, or they have fights or whatever. That's also you can be more positive. That's so you can learn the process. Because if you go to the ashram or up to the mountaintop and you're all alone and it's quiet and it's beautiful and everything, and you find peace, and then you come back down to the city and everything is noisy and chaotic and people are arguing and you lose your peace, then what was the value of going to the mountaintop? It was a vacation. But you didn't bring it back to where you need it. You need it in your everyday life. So it's all a process. It's like if you correctly practice the right things for long enough, it will become a habit. Practice makes permanent. In other words, you learn to ride a motorcycle by practicing. You learn to walk by practicing. You learn to eat by practicing. So, the Wright brothers. I don't know if you're familiar with the name. The Wright brothers. They're the ones who invented the airplane. They were bicycle makers. They built bicycles. And they decided they wanted to fly. And everybody said they were stupid to fly. And science of the day said it would never happen, that they could never have a machine take off in the air. Even their own father said, you guys are stupid, you're losers, you're crazy, you're never going to do this. But it didn't stop them. And here's to me the most incredible point that almost everybody misses. The Wright brothers did not know how to fly until after they flew.
Okay.
Before they flew, they were experimenting. And sometimes the experiments didn't work, but they kept at it. And so this didn't work, that didn't work, this didn't work, that didn't work. They kept doing it, and then one day the plane took off, And they went, that's how you do it. Now all we have to do is do that again.
Okay.
So they did it again, and they did it again, and they did it again, and guess what? Now we fly all around the world. But they didn't
You're
know.
right.
Yeah. Pardon me?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. So most people go, I need to know how to do something, and you won't know how to do it until after you do it.
Yeah, correct.
It's like you practice it like riding a motorcycle. You can say, how do I start it? They say, well, turn the key. So you turn the key, and how do I do it? But you had to learn how to balance. You had to learn how to ride. You had to learn how to stop. You had to learn how to turn and all that. And once you did it, you knew how to do it.
Awesome.
So, so the same is true with our thinking. We develop our thinking as we go along. That's why when we talk about suicide, is it the process of recovering from whatever is hurting or whatever is bothering people, and they just need to hang in long enough. And the problem with them is that they make a premature decision
But
that they can't take back.
yeah, but whatever you said about the aeroplane example, the Wright brothers and they are the reason why people are flying from one place to another place today. You're right, completely right. And when a human being is feeling negative, when he's feeling completely in a when his mind is filled with all the negative thoughts, is that possible for him to remember or get the positive things, like remembering the positive, the people who did the positive things? And is that possible for them to, get that? They'll be totally into negative mind state. In that, they'll take some decisions which will hurt them or which may hurt the people who are around them. It is very tough. You're saying it, these are words. These are words. These are just words. But when practically, when they are facing it, when they are really in the situation, and when they are experiencing it, when people who watches this video on YouTube, they will see you, they will learn from you, they will understand you, and they'll respect you. You're saying excellent, and they'll give you like thousands of compliments for sure. But I say that this will be like a drug. Your words are like a drug. Every time they need Rex Sikes to motivate them, to work them like a medicine, and that is not possible for Rex Sikes to tell each and every person who is watching this video to motivate them every time. Every time it is not possible. What you will say, every time, how can they be like very strengthened? How should, these motivational words will work only for certain time. When they are watching, they feel, wow, tomorrow I want to do something great because I have learned something from Rex in the video. So definitely it works. I'm not saying it will not work. Definitely it works, and they will listen, and they will try to, maybe the people try to carry the words that you said. But uh, how can they inject you and your books and your words?
Wow, that's a lot. That's really good stuff. I mean, I really appreciate you saying that, and it is the kind of thing that many people are concerned with or they worry about. Yeah, they can't carry me around. I mean, they could get my programs and listen to them, and they can read my book. They can go and do the home study program. So they can have access to me 24/7. But that's not the point. The point of learning this, or the point of me sharing things or me teaching things, is we have American football. I mean, you may have soccer, but you know what American football is?
Yeah,
Okay. I've always used the example or the analogy that my position is to hand you the ball and let you run and make the touchdown. You score. Let's say soccer. I kick you the ball, you score, you get the ball in. In other words, it leaves me and it goes to you. And then it's what you do with it. What?
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
saw that. I don't know what it was. I just saw it.
Okay.
So, um, so the goal is for them to own the changes, not to rely on me forever, or anyone for that matter. But to do that, it goes back to everything we've just discussed. You don't eat an entire meal in one bite. You have to do it bite by bite. You have to take it in. You have to get the nutrients. Then you eliminate the stuff that you don't need, and the nutrients kick you. It helps you go strong. And so from baby to now, you've undergone the process of taking in nutrition so that you grow. I gave you the example of reading and writing, or riding the motorcycle, or anything that you do. You could be juggling, you could learn to swim. It's a process. It's not something that happens overnight. While it may be true that enlightenment can happen in an instant, it doesn't happen that way for everybody. Some people are gradually awakened, and some people take a long, 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 long time to be awakened. Some people don't wake up in this lifetime, and other people may be instantly. So we need to accept, probably for most people, it's going to be a method of experimenting, just like the Wright brothers. They're going to try it, and it's going to be hard sometimes. They're going to try it. It's going to be easy sometimes. They're going to try it. They're going to get frustrated sometimes. They're going to try it. It's going to be wonderful at times. They're going to try it. And it's about persistence. It's about commitment. It's about dedication. If you want to get good at it, you keep doing it correctly, you will get good at it the same way you get good at anything else. If you stop or give up because you feel bad or you feel sad, then you've quit. And if you don't go any further, you don't go any further than where you stopped. The point is that wherever we start is we start where our feet are. So right now, this moment is how we begin.
Okay.
And then it's a matter of doing it bite by bite, or bit by bit, or inch by inch, or step by step, until we make it a habit, till we master the habit. And when we do that, then it gets into that automatic. When you first started riding a motorcycle, it wasn't easy to do. But now I bet you just get on your motorcycle and you drive away. You don't think about all the things you did to learn how to ride, do you?
Okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You could run down the street, hop on your motorcycle, and zoom away, which you probably didn't do the first time you tried to ride a motorcycle.
Okay.
So it is the process. It really is the process, and that's the sad news for people, because they want it like this. They want it now. They want it. They want it. If they're in pain, they want to get over it. And there are ways to do some of those things, and there are ways to make changes that are more rapid. But to go from being a really negative person to a really positive person means one of two things. Either you have a catastrophic event in your life that you go, I'm never going to live like that again. I'm done. That's over, and I'm going to change. Or you do it by conditioning. And it's essentially the same way if you lift weights or you do aerobics to get your body in shape. It's the process. It takes time. If you're not very strong, you're not going to pick up very big weights. But if you continue to pick up weights and exercise, you can pick up more weight the next time, and then you can pick up more weight, So that is, it is a conditioning process.
Okay.
But the good news is it can work quite quickly even during that conditioning process. Does that mean that bad things won't happen, or circumstances or events or people won't do things to us that we don't like, or that the key is to learn to stop reacting to things and start responding to things from choice. And in order to respond from things from choice, you have to recognize that you have a choice. And until you realize, and that means when a bad thing happens, it means stopping and breathing and allowing it to be, so that you can choose, as opposed, if I do this to somebody, I don't know if it means the same thing in India, but it means, bad things here in the United States. If I'm driving down the freeway and somebody does that, most people go and get all mad right away.
Okay.
But they could go, oh, look at that guy has a finger. That guy's saying hello. Oh, look at how angry he is. Oh, or she is. Or, in other words, you don't have to, just because the guy, that's the inclination we have. I have that inclination too. But it's going, oh, well, let's just stop, take a deep breath, and you know what I mean? We jump to conclusions, and we can learn to take a break before we jump to conclusions. And that's really a good thing to build in.
Okay.
Is to be able to know that you have a choice, not that you don't.
Let's talk about your book, which is going to be released.
It's going to be what?
Let's talk about the book that which is going to be released.
The book that's going to be released?
Your book.
Life on Your Terms?
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
you said that you're going to release another book.
I'm working on 2 or 3 other books right now. I mean, so I mean, there's nothing to really share about those. One is about what's going on in the world right today. You know, the whole virus and the epidemic and the economic impact, and how we get through that, and how we uh, handle things when the world changes. Another one is on manifesting and how we create good in our life, or how we make things happen that we would like to have happen. So I've got a couple of those. And then, of course, Life on Your Terms is really about all of the things that we've been discussing. And I don't have a copy with me to hold up, or I would hold it up. I mean, so people can see what it's like. But it's available on Amazon in India and in the United States and around the world.
Definitely. I'll share the links of your books. Definitely, after
Yeah.
seeing this video, they'll definitely buy your books. I suggest everybody to buy his books, and he's one of my favorite persons in the world.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you.
Definitely, if I come to United States, I will meet you.
Absolutely. If I come to India, I want to meet you.
Yeah, come to my state. Whenever you come, just put a message. I definitely, because I feel blessed to meet a great, and experienced and a knowledge person like
Uh, yeah, and likewise. You know, we're all journey. I just wrote a blog for not tomorrow, but the next day, that essentially addresses the notion that, people come and go in our lives at the right time for the right reasons, and if they come, they come, and if they go, they go. So celebrate it while they're there, celebrate it when they leave, and make everything a blessing. So I'm just as blessed by having you in my life as you may think you're as having me in my life, or me in your life. So it works both ways. Thank you.
my girlfriend is big fan of yours. She became very, she don't know that I'm doing the video with you for the third or fourth time,
Right.
and she'll watch this video. I don't know whether she watches the previous videos or not, but definitely she will feel, I'll say that maybe I had talked with Rex again. This is the fourth time.
Wow. Next time you have to bring her so we can talk together, all three of us.
Definitely, in the next time, I'll try to make a conference call so that we can three
No,
talk.
sure.
And do you have anything to say about my video series? I'm sure you will be watching all the videos of mine.
I think it's amazing. I love what you're doing. I think what you're doing is not only useful, but it's eminently beneficial to people. And the fact that you're doing it, and that you had the desire to do it, is a really, really amazing and a marvelous opportunity for people to learn from so many different people and learn from you.
So, what you personally understood about this? Talking with different country people and knowing their experiences, because I want to know your opinion.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
What you personally understood by me and my videos with different country people.
I think that's again. I think that's incredible. I think the fact that you have people from different countries, different cultures, different experiences, different backgrounds, and you're introducing them to your audience so that all of us can benefit from people that we might not ever otherwise run across. So you're connecting people up, and that's a truly wonderful job. To be or a position to be in. You're like a host at a party that says, "Hey, I want you to meet so and so," and "Hey, come here, meet so and so." "Oh, I'd like you to meet so and so," and you're bringing people together, and you're bringing people together who have ideas and concepts and practices and principles that help and benefit others. So you're doing a remarkable work. Pat yourself on the back. Yeah, go yay! No, you are. You're doing.
And I really felt very happy when I came to know about a lot of things in the last video, because the suicidal thoughts, which is very very important. A lot of people around me have that kind of thoughts, and a lot of people whom I'm seeing in the television and in YouTube. There are a lot of people who are frustrating, who are showing their emotions, negative emotions, for just trying to attack other people with their words. There's
True.
so much negativity.
No, it's
So
true.
I thought I thought, to tell, I just wanted to, squeeze some information from you and at least to some people, some amount of people, if they have that kind of negative mindset or negative mindset, if the information that I, extracted from you, if that goes into their minds, definitely one or two minds will definitely think, at least they'll try to change what they are.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to make a cake, you put all these ingredients in a bowl and you mix it up and you put it in the oven and you bake it. I mean, even if you use a microwave, it's going to take some time. Maybe not as long as the oven, but it would take some time. And 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 it took time for you to become the adult that you are. It's taken as long as it's taken me to get to my present age. Um, the difficulty with people, and it's completely understandable. Nobody likes pain. If you stepped on a nail, you don't like it. It hurts your foot. And if you've got a rock in your shoe and you're walking, it's uncomfortable. So, and there are people who are dealing with very large issues of emotional pain, physical pain, mental pain, spiritual pain, and what they need to understand is that they need to be patient. And I know that's hard to do when people are suffering. It's like if you were lying in the woods with your arm broken, it would hurt all the while you were lying there until somebody found you and helped your arm, right? So, but at the same time, it would start healing, and even the healing process can be painful. I mean, it's not always, it's not always comfortable when we're healing, but it does, and things change. Everything changes, So for most people, what they need to learn is how to stay as positive as they can, and not give up, and not throw in the towel. So one of the concepts that can help is that you don't have to feel great. You have to feel a little bit better. One of the things that each of us can do any moment of the day, any day of the week, is to say, so how am I doing right now? Okay, I feel okay. All right. So make yourself feel a little bit better. You don't have to be jumping up and down and going, yeah, like the world, it's the best thing ever. Just a little bit better. If you're feeling a little sad, you go, how do I make myself feel a little bit better? Now, and here's the thing. We have known from the ancient mystics and masters and from time immemorial, the wisdom of the ages kind of thing, that if you're sad or depressed, you should go work in a garden, you should do physical manual labor, you should go work out or exercise or take a walk, do something to get your body moving, because if you just sit and think negative thoughts, that's not going to help you. But the other thing you can do is go help somebody who has a problem worse than your problem. Because when you do these things, you start to feel better because your focus isn't on what's wrong and the negativity. Your focus is on doing something else. When you take a walk and you look at the world and you look at the beauty around you and things are changing as you're moving and your body is moving and you're breathing, you tend to let go of that stuff. If you're really exerting yourself with physical exercise or working in a garden or doing some kind of labor, you're changing your mindset, you're changing your physicality, you're changing your state. Right now, I invite you can have try this. Okay, how much energy would you say you have right now on a scale of 1 to 10?
Me, I can't rate myself if if
What do you
you
mean?
okay. Okay, I'll tell 10. I'll tell 10 because I feel very confident all the time.
Okay, all right, double it.
Okay,
Just right now, double it. You feel
20.
two times the amount of good, confident.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
double it again?
yeah, yeah.
Imagine having 5 times more of that good feeling right now.
Awesome. That is a
Yeah,
great feeling.
yeah. So now go, yeah. Can you do that? Go,
I mean, I can't show it, but I can feel what
yeah.
you're saying. Yeah, yeah,
So try this. Go. It's goofy, but try it. Go.
yeah. I understood. I understood what
You
you're
don't want
trying
to
to
do
say.
it, do you? No, but see,
Yeah,
how do you feel?
yeah. You want?
It's as simple as going in your closet. If you're feeling down and going and getting goofy, nobody has to see you do it. It doesn't have to be broadcast to the world. I just did it to the world, but you can do it in private. The point is, there are things that each of us can do that make us feel better. You can go take a hot bath. You can go get a shower. You can go swimming. You can play with a pet. You can play with a child. You can go skip and jump and sing and laugh and do all sorts of things to feel a little bit better. And if you feel a little bit better and you're comfortable with that, you go, well, I want to feel a little bit better. And so you gradually like going down the keys of a piano, you gradually make yourself feel a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. Because to go from this end of the piano to that end of the piano is a big jump. But you can get yourself there. You can, just like when you motorcycle from here to the other side of town. It takes a little bit of a while, but when you're on the motorcycle and you're feeling the breeze and the air and you're seeing the sights and everything else, sometimes you don't notice how long it takes. And sometimes you do.
And
But there's
also, I love that. Yeah,
huh?
yeah. Continue.
Well, I was just going to say, there's always some little thing that a person can do to make themselves feel just a little bit better. And if they do it every time they feel not so good, they will develop the habit of making themselves feel a little bit better. Because right now they don't have the habit of making themselves feel better. They have the habit of going, wow, this sucks. Something better come along and change, or I'm relying on the world to change, or that person's bothering me. If they go away, I would be good. Instead of saying, what can I do? That person's right there and they're bothering me. How do I change myself so I can? And I'm gonna use a bad example. By bad, I don't mean bad. I mean a morbid, a gross. When people are in medical school, they don't operate on living people right away. They operate on cadavers. They operate on dead people, right?
Okay.
Well, you know what I'm saying? They practice getting good where it won't hurt anybody. So that when they do have a living patient that needs it, they know what to do and how to do it. And that's the same with all of this. If somebody doesn't know anything about positive thinking, it seems like it may seem insurmountable at first because they don't know anything about it. They go, how do I do it? I don't know. Start feeling a little bit better. Start shifting your thoughts a little bit. Start doing skip and sing and dance and jump. Help somebody else do whatever it takes and develop that habit for doing that. And then you get better and better at it. And the better and better you get at it, the more it becomes a habit. It ultimately becomes automatic. And so pretty soon what you find is that instead of going down the negativity path, you go down the positivity path. Instead of choosing dog crap, you choose the diamonds. You instead of when the person gives you a bad finger, a finger or a sign or calls you a name, instead of you letting it bother you, or at least letting it bother you forever, you let it go. You release it. You go, well, okay, I'm still good. I had somebody get mad at me the other day. They got mad. I don't know why they're mad at me. They just got mad at me. They said blah blah blah, and I thought, okay. I mean, is there anything I can do to correct this? And they were like blah 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 blah, and I'm like, oh, I'm here, whatever. So it didn't resolve to anyone's satisfaction. In other words, it wasn't like we hugged and made up or anything. I mean, we aren't even in the same country. I don't know why the person's mad at me. I don't know what happened. But my point is that, and I'm using it as an example, is that I could lose sleep over it. I could think, gee, there must be an angry email I could send or something like that. But it doesn't do any good if you understand what I'm getting at. The
Okay.
person, while we're even though we're having a difficult time right now, I love the person. I think they're a blessing in my life. And even the opportunity for them to be mad at me is a blessing because it makes me go, what did I do? What do I need to change? Or how can I grow? Or what is it? In other words, instead of blaming them and making excuses for me, instead of complaining and whining and feeling bad about the whole thing, I go, you know what? This is perfect. There's an opportunity in this. And maybe we are friendly again in the future, and maybe we aren't. But how can we both learn, or in how can I learn, how can I grow, how can I develop, how can I live in a way that allows me to still enjoy this other person if I choose to, and I choose to.
Awesome.
So, so I look at it. I've said this. I don't know if I've said it to you before, but this is my personal model. If you consider everything a blessing, then everything is a blessing.
Okay.
If you consider everything a problem, then everything will be a problem. There's a saying: if you only have a hammer, then you treat everything like a nail. You know.
Okay.
So if everything is a blessing, then celebrate everything. Celebrate the uptime. Celebrate the downtime. You don't. The thing is, it's like this, right? Imagine that this is all you can see through.
Okay.
This is my known world, like right now. So I don't see all the other stuff that's out here. So
Okay.
what I'm focused on is right here. And that's what most of us do. We have this kind of tunnel vision where we only see what's in front of us. All the good stuff is all out here that's coming that we don't even know is coming yet.
Correct.
So it's like being able to expand our view. I don't know how things are going to end or how they're going to unfold. I don't know if they're going to be better or they're not going to be better. I only know that it's an opportunity to discover.
Yeah.
And if it turns out that the person never wants to be my friend, then I had them in my life for a certain amount of time. What can I learn from it? How did I benefit? And it's great. And if it turns out we're friends again, fantastic. That's how it works out.
Awesome. At
But I
last,
can't make. But what I was going to say is I can't make that person feel this way. I can't control that person, and I don't even try. So you know what I mean? In other words, I can control me, or I can attempt to control me. I can try and change my thoughts, or make different choices, or focus my attention in different ways. But I'm not going to change that person. I'm not going to change the weather. I'm not going to, I'm not in control of the universe in that regard,
you're
unless of course
absolutely
I
right.
am.
Yeah. You are absolutely right. You can control yourself, but you cannot control other people.
Do you know where I really learned? This is going to sound crazy, but and I'm not living in Los Angeles now, but I lived in Los Angeles for many years, and the traffic in Los Angeles is really, really heavy and it's bad. And oftentimes you get on the freeway, and you're on the road and it's backed up, and people are mad and they're angry, and And I realized at a certain point, I have to be here at this time. Like I have an appointment at 3 o'clock, and it's 2:30, and I'm stuck in traffic, and I have an hour to go, so I'm going to be late. And I'm sitting in my car going, I'm going to be late. This sucks. I hate the traffic. This is terrible. And the point is I can't do anything about it. I'm stuck in the traffic. I can't even get off the freeway because I'm stuck. So yes, I'm going to be late, most likely. Yes, I'm stuck right here. And the question is how do I want to spend my time in the car? Do I want to spend it feeling crappy and complaining and blaming and mad and raising my blood pressure and getting all upset and angry? Or do I want to go, you know what? This is my meditation. This is how I learn to accept what's going on in the world. It's not what I wanted, but it's what's going on. How do I learn to accept it and let it go as opposed to having it be an issue? So I learned how to meditate through driving because I go, I am right here, right now. I can't be any other place.
Okay.
And I always said if I'm stuck on like in Los Angeles, there's a place called Pacific Coast Highway. It runs from Mexico all the way up to Alaska, and you drive
Okay.
along the ocean on the western side of the country. And I'm like, if I'm stuck at the beach in traffic, wow, I'm stuck at the beach. I'm stuck at like the most wonderful place on the planet. Why would I be upset? Well, because I have an agenda. I have to be at this meeting. Well, now we have cell phones. I can say, you know what? There's no way I'm going to get there. Can we change it? I mean, there's things that my phone is dead. I can't have a charger. They're never going to know. So then I have to deal with that after the fact. But there's no point in me being mad and upset and angry and when I can't do anything about it. So all I can do is change me. And I used to hit the steering wheel and want to swear. I wanted to get out of my car and kick the people. But You can't, you know. So I learned a lot because of traffic. And anyone can use that analogy too, because there's traffic all around us.
Thank you, Rex. I I love you.
I love you too, man.
So I'll contact you again with different questions
Oh,
next
you
time.
bet, you bet. I always enjoy this. I was happy. I mean, I just happened to jump on, and I saw your message, and I was like, yeah, okay, cool. This is awesome. The opportune moment. And I was just about to do something, and I've got some things I have to do, so it worked out perfect. Perfect timing.
Perfect. Everything came into the same line.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Thank you, Rex. Have a great day, and I want you to, play with your dog. The dog wants you, I think.
The dogs, well, they're now sleeping. They're so cute. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Let's see if I can.
Yeah, yeah, I can see the legs. Okay,
I love them so much. These are the most incredibly, I'll tell you the dog story, and then I'll let you
okay,
go. My
great.
daughter got the big dog, going to be 4 in January, and when the dog was 3 months old. And then the little dog we got about 2 years ago. She's going to be 2 years in November. And different families, and they love each other so much. I also have a cat, and they love the cat. Cat, the cat. I'm more concerned about the cat hurting them than I am about them hurting the cat. I couldn't be more blessed. I take these girls to the dog park. They greet everybody. Everybody at the dog park knows them and loves them and adores them. I mean, every day I'm just going, I am so lucky. I'm so blessed. They're such wonderful companions. They're the most amazing creatures, and I'm just thrilled that they're in my life. And it's like, how in the universe did they come into my life? They came, because my daughter. So yeah, I'm blessed because of her. And she just got a new puppy. She's living now back in California, and I'm living in the Midwest where my son is. So, but I go back and forth. But I haven't this year. And but I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed. I love them. So in a little while, when I'm done with my doing stuff, I'm taking them to the dog park so they can run around for a few hours. And I do that every day.
So they are your companions.
They are my companions. They are my guides, my companions. They're so wonderful. They're so smart and so adoring and so loving. It truly is amazing. Their personalities are so pleasing. They get along with everybody. I've always said if anybody breaks into my house, they'll go with them. They'll go, yeah, okay, we're done here. We like you. Welcome. Where are we going now? They're so friendly and inviting.
Okay. Where do you live presently?
I am in Wisconsin presently. I'm in just the middle of the country, right near the Great Lake, Lake Michigan. If you're familiar with the map, it's the southern part of Wisconsin, not far from Chicago. And I'm divorced. I had married a Wisconsin woman, and so my children, when we got divorced, my children were here, and I wanted to stay here so that I could raise my children. So I did. I mean, they were young when we got divorced. So I moved essentially. I'm here so that I could be a dad to both my daughter and my son. Now
You are from?
they're both adults, huh?
You are from? Exactly. Where are you from?
I was born in the Midwest, but I spent most of my life in Los Angeles.
Okay, okay, okay. That's nice.
Yeah, and I'm anticipating going back. I mean, I plan to move back there.
That's great. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
moving and you're changing things and you're affecting people. You're doing something.
yeah. I haven't moved yet. I plan to move in the next year or so. But all sorts of good things are going on, and I have a movie coming out in October. I think I don't know where that I did that. They tell me it's going to be released in October. I don't know if it's in stores or online or in theaters or what, but so I do that and I do this. My courses are doing well. The book is doing well. I'm happy. I'm very pleased. I've got my wonderful girlfriends here and my friends like you in other countries. So this is very cool.
Remember me. Don't forget me. I'll contact you again.
We will do this again, and you can contact me anytime.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rex. Can I put this video on my YouTube channel with your permission?
Yes, you may. And do you when we're done, have we ever emailed, or we just go through the app?
Email.
We've emailed it. You've emailed me the links to the show, right? Go, here's my show.
No, I have not emailed you. I sent you personally the link that I have uploaded a video on YouTube. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I want to hook you up with something. I want to give you something. So if you put your email in the Skype between us,
Yeah. Sure.
um, then I'll do that.
Sure.
Okay.
Definitely, I'll do that. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So
Thanks, Rex.
do
Yeah.
that right away, and I will send that off to my people and to tell them to make the thing happen. I don't know if it'll happen today, but it'll happen.
Yeah. Right now, after completion of this video, I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Rex. Thank you. I feel very happy. Thank you.
Namaste. Have a good one. Celebrate
Namaste.
everything.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.